Hello everyone and welcome. I'm going to take you through my day today because today's goal is to hit my year goal of getting 500 listings up at my eBay store, because today is the last day of the year and it's the last day I can hit that goal and make it. So that's what we're doing today after I get coffee, because this is the face of someone who has not had any coffee yet. I still can't make my own coffee because my water is still off and my kitchen is still in pieces. So I have to go get coffee, which is what we're gonna go do now. Coffee has been acquired. So let me show you where I am, and I think most of you know where I want to be. So let me show you that real quick. So this is where I am. I am at 478 active listings. My goal is to be at 500 active listings by the end of today. Unfortunately, I actually only have one draft that's ready to go. So that means I've got to photograph and list 21 more things at least, because whenever I do these videos, I almost always end up making sales, which is not a bad thing. So I think what I'm going to do is actually get some of the books listed first, because those are easiest. So let me show you also how I list vintage books, because most of the books that I do list are pre-barcode, so they're not easy, just scan and whatever. Let me show you. This is a copy of Tom Clancy's The Hunt for Red October. This is technically a first edition, but it is a first edition book club edition. So there's such a thing as a true first edition, and that is the first time a book has been printed or published ever. And whenever you're listing a true first edition, it is helpful to put true first edition in the title, just so that way people know, no, this is like it. This is it. But so this is a first edition, but it's a first book club edition. That normally means it's printed like the same year that the true first edition is, but it was printed specifically for the book club that these publishing houses had. So they would have, they would publish a book for the general public, and that would be the true first edition. And then there would be members of a book club, and then they would also publish a copy specifically for that book club. So it makes it not a true first edition, because it's not the one available to the general public, if that makes any sense at all. You can have first editions for specific publishing houses too. For example, Babel 17, just one of my favorite books. The actual true first edition is a paperback. It's not a hardcover book. And then there's different regional books as well. So it could be like the first edition, like UK edition. So like for the Ian Fleming, James Bond books, most true first editions are originally published in the UK. And then you have first edition US publications as well. So just information. So what I'm gonna have to do is look up this specific copy to get comps and to sell similar listing, and then take photos and take condition issues. So for me, because this is obviously a pre-owned book, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Most of these spots, these are like coffee stains or whatever. And then if you see spotting, come on. I know you can do this. I know my face is in the way. So it's got some dust spotting here. A lot of this I can wipe off with a slightly damp cloth, but I will still have to disclose that. I also, when you go in here, which I have learned, you have to go in here and like check to make sure that there's no writing or highlighting in these books, because as we all learned from that one giant book haul, that sometimes people write their names in these books and it makes them, you have to disclose that. Also, whenever I buy a bunch of books from an estate sale, I always like do this with the book. Please don't hate me for this. I know some people are like, but it's old, you're messing up the binding, whatever. some people hide money in their books. So if I have a magical $100 bill drop out of one of these books, I don't care. I still haven't found money, but I have definitely, I know people that have found money that way. But I just do a quick flip through just to make sure there's no highlighting or writing anywhere prevalent in here, and also to make sure the pages are in good shape and the binding's in good shape. It is. So that's how I check this. That's how I check these vintage books to list. Again, there are a lot of Amazon FBA sellers in my area, so pretty much the only time I get books for resale is when they are pre-barcode. So barcodes were required on all publications after 1978. Now, if you find something printed after 1978 that doesn't have a barcode, it could be a book club edition, which is what this is. So this wasn't available to the general public. This was specifically for a book club, so it didn't necessarily require to have a UPC code until an even later date. Or it came saran wrapped, like some books during the 80s and like the early 90s, and even some today, come saran wrap with like a sticker barcode attached to it, and that's sometimes why. Also, sometimes in the dust jackets, the barcode will be located. So inside the dust jacket cover, there will be a barcode, which again, if you've ever seen an Amazon FBA seller, they're just doing the little quick scan on the back, and if they don't see a barcode, they just skip it. It doesn't matter. So that's why I like pre-barcode books. It's because some of them are still extremely valuable and they get looked over. So let's get listing. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about with the spotting here, that I'm trying to at least get most of it removed. This is what happens to your books if you don't dust them at least once a year. I would recommend dusting them every 6 months, but yeah, this is what happens. It's like, you can see, like if I touch it, it like stops the spotting. But all you have to do if you want to do a quick way to dust these is just take your vacuum and put the brush attachment on it, and then like vacuum your books while you're vacuuming the floor. That'll get some of it, but just do it gently. But I normally like to take them all down and do like a brush dusting every 6 months. So here is the other half of my kitchen. Again, still not there. Also, Nick Cage is just, you know, making sure it stays safe. But this pile of books and this pile of hard goods are what I want to get listed, because that will get me to my goal of 500. If I get to this bag, that will be amazing. Here are Moxie's toys that she got for Christmas. So they have been migrating around the bottom floor here. No, I don't normally wear my shoes in my house. In fact, I am taking them off right now. I just got back from the boys' house taking my shower. I'll be so grateful in a week when I don't have to spend an hour and a half of my day every day going back and forth from his house, so I can be hygienic and smell nice, or at least not be covered in hives because I'm allergic to myself. So let's get listing. Look at these drafts. These are all drafts. I'm not anywhere close to being ready to list yet. So I have 2/3 of the drafts ready. I only have this stack left to photograph, and then I will have all the listings all the drafts I need to get to 500. However, it is now, I don't know if you can, however, it is now 5:30, which means I'm going to photograph those, do the rough draft, and then go to the boys' house, and I'm going to have to finish both my 500 listings and also this video at his house after I make dinner, because it's food time. And just so that way you all see her, Miss Moxie has taken the supervisory role not very seriously today. She has taken New Year's Eve off and just been sleeping up here on my bed. Isn't that right, baby? You had the day off.
Alright, I'm now at the boys' house, and I have all of these ready to become listings. So let's make it a reality. I've also drunk half a bottle of wine at this point with dinner, so we'll see how far I get. These are blue light glasses, by the way. I thankfully don't need glasses yet, like actual glasses. I will say probably doing this after half a bottle of wine is not a recommended idea. Is that the right way to say that? I don't recommend it, but I am halfway done, so getting there. I got about, let's see, I have done 10. I've got 12 more left to do, so I'm just a little short of halfway there. Matt from Thrift to Life. You can't see him. There it is. Hi, Matt. He's keeping me company while I do this, so. Hi. Dun, 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 dun. I have hit my 500 listing goal. Before the end of the year. Yay. I'm just squeaking it in there. I know I look absolutely amazing right now. Try to calm yourself. But I would like to thank you all for being on this journey with me for the last 2021. I know the last month has been rough for me. I don't know if it's been rough for you, but I appreciate y'all being here for an entire year or however long you have decided to hang out with this channel. All 1,636 of you. I would personally like to thank y'all. An interesting history fact of your 1,636, why you hear lovely halo sounds in the background from the boy playing video games. Rembrandt painted his lovely painting called Danae or Danny. I don't actually know how it's supposed to be pronounced. I will put a picture of it here for you. But yeah, that was painted in the year 1636 AD. So thank you all for hanging out with me tonight, and I will see you tomorrow for 2022.
Hero.
Woo!
Hero, 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 hero. I wanna be a hero, hero. Oh, the hero comes, I can hear the drums and a horse is drawn to the kingdom come through the pale moonlight. My heart's ignite to the cold.